Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Lakshmi Prasanna, your English teacher. Welcome to the SAN Global School offline classes of grade 8. Today, let's start with the Unit 1, Our Taste Buds. In that, let's go to the first chapter, The Food We Eat. Before starting the chapter, first let's move to the glossary. So, the meaning of glossary is the meanings of the few words. Nutritious, very good for the body to grow. So nutritious means what? Which is very good for the body to grow. Then wholesome, that is good for our health. So whatever the food we take, that should be good for our health. Whole meal, containing whole grains of wheat, maize, etc., including husk. So whole meal is nothing but which contains the grains, that is the full grains of it is a food which is fully made up of wheat, maize, even husk, even you can add even barley also. Next, coming to lentils. What is the meaning of lentils? Moong dal. Okay. Then oversupply and excessive supply of something. So which is being supplied more. Then undersupply, inadequate supply of something which is being supplied less. Now come to the chapter The Food We Eat. All living things need food to live. Plants make their own food from soil, water, and sunshine. Animals eat plants or other animals for their food. Human beings eat all kinds of food which they get from plants as well as animals. We need energy to work, to think, and to play. We need energy even when we are asleep. Our heart needs energy to keep beating. We need energy even to breathe, and it is our food alone that provides us this energy. We all know that the living organisms, that is the living things that exist on the earth, needs food, right, to live. So like living organisms like plants, animals, human beings, and even insects, you can take many things like reptiles, all those things, so which needs energy for each and everything. So that comes from food. So you know that, right? Plants prepare their own food with the help of soil, water, and sunlight. That process is called as photosynthesis. And why do we need and how we get the energy? We get energy through the only source, that is the food. For what all we need energy? We need energy to work, to think, to play, and even when we are asleep we need energy. You know that, right? Our heart beats 72 beats per minute. So for that also we need energy. Without the energy the heart will not beat. And even our breath, what we breathe in and out, even our breath requires energy. So this we can get only from the one source, that is the food what we take. Every day millions of cells in our body die. They have to be replaced by new cells. Again, it is our food that provides the material to build new cells. The more active a person is, the more energy his body consumes. Children are always more active than older people. Their body are still growing. They need more energy and more bodybuilding materials. Therefore, it is very important for them to take rich, nutritious, and wholesome food. You all know that, right? Our body is made up of millions of cells. So you know that, right? Mainly we have got two cells, two blood cells, that is RBC and WBC, right? So as our body is made up of many cells, few cells will die every day and it must be replaced with the new cells. So this is possible only when we take the adequate food required by our body. And we know that, right? Small kids, that is the small children, or even you, the child who is growing, that is they require more energy than the older people, right? When we are growing we need more energy, as we are very active, so we need more energy than the older people. So and how do we get this energy? So we get this energy only by consuming the right quantity of food with the adequate nutrients. So, and even for building our body also we need energy. So this is very important to take care of our food habit. So we should be very careful in having the nutritious and wholesome food. As I told you, what is the meaning of nutritious? Yes, very good for our body to grow, and wholesome, good for the health. So such type of food we should consume so that we become healthy and also we grow in the right manner. Food supplies us substance that we need to live and grow. We call these substances as nutrients. They include proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and water. No one nutrient is more important than the other. Each one has its own work to do. A healthy balanced diet has the right proportion of all six nutrients. Food is the only source which gives us the important substances that is called as nutrients. So how many nutrients are there? 5 nutrients. So which all those? Yes, that is proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and also we have got water. So these are the 5 important nutrients that we should take. So you know that, right? We won't say that no, you should take in only proteins or you should take in only fats. So each and every nutrient has its own importance. We should give importance for all the 5 nutrients because we have to take the right proportion of all the 5 nutrients in our day-to-day diet. Whatever we take in should contain all the 5 nutrients with water. Not all foods contain all nutrients. So the important thing is that just the quantity of food we take, but also the kind of food we eat. People who have enough to eat may still be ill because they are eating too much of one kind of food not enough of another. For a fully grown person, there is one sure way to know if he or she is taking in the right amount of energy. We can do so by weighing ourselves regularly. If we take in more energy than we consume, the excess is converted into fat. This fat is stored in our body and makes us fatter. If we take in less energy that we are consuming, our body draws from the fat already stored in it and we become thinner. An oversupply of energy is as harmful as its undersupply. Now let's look at the various nutrients that provide the energy needed by our body to be in good health. Now, as I told you, you know that, right? We have to take the right quantity of food. That is, not only the right quantity of food, the food should contain all the 5 nutrients in the right proportion. So even though if a person eats more food, then also he may be ill because he is consuming one particular type of nutrient. So if, as I told you earlier, even one nutrient is being consumed more than the other nutrients, then we have to face so many health issues. So for that we have to take the proper balanced diet, which is more important. So even for a fully grown person, you can't say that he is physically fit or he has got a good health. So only we can know that he is having a good health only if we are going through regular checkups. That is why by weighing ourselves, then going through our sugar tests or whatever it is. So and even the if we are confident that we are taking all the proper nutrient, that is right quantity of nutrients, then no need to do any checkups. So even if we consume, so if we take in, that is more energy than what we consume. So if we are consuming less food but we are using more energy, then the whatever the excess energy will convert into fat, and it will be stored in our body and we become fatter. So normally whatever we take in, so the quantity of the food whatever we take in, that is being converted into the form of energy. So this energy must be utilized properly. So that's why we say that oversupply of energy is also harmful. Even the undersupply of energy is also harmful to the body. So coming to the next, let us discuss about the fine nutrients. Carbohydrates. Most energy in our food comes from carbohydrates. The main source of carbohydrates are wholemeal bread, peas, beans, potatoes, and fruit. Proteins. Proteins are the true bodybuilders. Our bones, muscles, nerves, and skin are all composed of proteins. Foods rich in proteins are eggs, meat, fish, cheese, milk, bread, potatoes, nuts, peas, beans, and lentils. Fats. We can put fats into two main groups. First, fats from animals: butter, meat, cheese, cream, and eggs. Second, fats from plants: corn oil, sunflower oil, and oils from various nuts. Fats are an important part of our food, but too much fat can be harmful. Carbohydrates. Yes, we know that, right? We get most of the energy from the carbohydrates. The best nutrient is the carbohydrates. So that is from where we get these carbohydrates. That is the food from where we can get this carbohydrates. That is the wholemeal bread. That is the wholemeal means the bread which is made of whole grains of wheat and maize, and also you can take even barley also, and peas and beans, potatoes, and fruits. So from all these things we get carbohydrates. And coming to proteins, you know that, right? Proteins are the true bodybuilders. So we have to build our body means, so we should go for proteins. So for proteins helps us in the growth of our bones, muscles, nerves, and the skin. Now we require right amount of proteins. So from where we get the right amount of proteins? That is the egg, meat, fish, cheese, milk, bread, potatoes, nuts, peas, beans, and lentils. So here lentils is nothing but, as I told you, moong dal. So you know that, right? Always your mother will say, well, not only the mother, many of them will say the small kids can have more potatoes because they can get more proteins. Understood? Because you are the growing child. Growing child requires more proteins, carbohydrates, because they require more energy. So next, fats. Yes, we know now fats are divided into two groups. That is, one fat is whichever we get from animals, the fat that we get from animals. So which are the fats that we get from animals? Yes, yes, you are right. Butter, meat, cheese, then eggs. Yes or no? And fats from plants, what are the fats you get? Yes, whatever that is the oil. That is, for example, corn oil, then sunflower oil, then oil from various nuts, even from oil from even the various seeds, like sesame oil. For oil from various nuts, you can take groundnut oil. Then oil from seeds, you can take it as sesame oil and mustard oil. Fats are the most important nutrient for our body, and at the same time, if we take more fat, then it will become obese and you'll become fatter, and it is also very harmful to your body. I hope you all have understood what I taught you in this class. We will continue this chapter in the next class. I'll be sending you the worksheet after half an hour. Solve it and send it to me. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.